Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Destiny. I'm Death from Above. Today, we got a Legendary Max video for you on the Waltz Pulse Rifle from the Future War Cult. This is a low impact, high rate of fire pulse rifle from the Future War Cult in the Rise of Iron. What I like to do on my Legendary Max videos is I take a gun in Destiny, talk about it, we'll go over kind of the base stats, and then we'll look at my version, then we'll talk about PvE and PvP gameplay where I'll give it arbitrary grades based on my experiences that mean nothing. And then I'll let you know if I think it's a fun gun, and fun gun means am I going to continue to use it or am I going to trash it? So, let's get right into it. So, the Waltz. Like I said, it's a high rate of fire, low impact pulse rifle from Future War Cult. It reads a burst fire weapon named and sanctified by the Future War Cult's leaders. You can see the rate of fire is pretty high, impact is low. It is the same as the grasp of Malak. So if you really never got a good version of that, here is your gun to shoot for now if you really want to use one of those. Decent range, good stability, and good reload. My version has the red dot ORA2, the steady hand IS, and the OEG scope. The OEG and the red dot ORA2 have the same stats, and I actually prefer the OEG a little bit more than the red dot, but it's all just personal preference. The steady hand IS is a lower zoom scope for closer engagement, so you're going to get better stability and reload on that. I'll leave it on the OEG most of the time. I'll switch it to the steady hand occasionally just to switch it up a bit, change how I play. It comes with, or my version came with, lightweight, flared magwell, perfect balance, outlaw, and rodeo. I would consider a god roll on this gun, counterbalance right there, and something else right here. These, I don't care too much for either one of these, but good stability is what I was looking for on this gun. This is the second one I've gotten. First one was garbage. The second one had some pretty good stability, so I hung out with it, and I've played a good bit of PvE and PvP with it, and I like it. I like it. It's good. So let's get into some PvE and PvP gameplay. We'll talk more about the gun and the talents and have a little fun there. So in PvE, it's a solid contender, solid contender. This archetype of weapon is usually a gun you see more so in PvP than PvE, but it holds its own in PvE. I like the rate of fire once I got used to it. It has good range because it is a pulse rifle, so I can hit the enemies from the distance that I really want to hit them from. And you can move along, headshot, move along. And now the way the mine's set up, I have it on perfect balance, not outlaw. I did use outlaw a lot in PvE to get that bonus reload when you're clearing trash mobs, and I noticed that the hitbox on this felt very large. It felt like I could hit a lot of things in the head from good distances. So I was getting a lot of headshots, a lot of outlaw procking, and I really like that. It felt like it had a hidden hand or something to hit these headshots so easily. So outlaw is very good on this in PvE. I like it. I don't prefer it for PvP, but we'll get into that in a second. In PvE, flared magwell and lightweight, I kind of bounced back between the two depending on what I was going for. I landed on lightweight more because I think it's just a little bit more useful than flared magwell, especially if you're running outlaw. You don't need flared magwell. Outlaw will give you that reload that you're looking for. In rodeo, I got a bone to pick with rodeo because some other talents, some other perks like counterbalance, perfect balance, outlaw, you can see them working. It's like I feel the change. With rodeo, I don't feel the change. I know what it's supposed to do, but it doesn't feel like it does it, or maybe it's just the effect is lost on me or I don't notice it or something, but I would prefer to have counterbalance instead of rodeo. That way you get that good solid stability, that good straight line up and down, so you can put it downrange real far and know exactly where you're firing. It's not going to bounce left and right. So counterbalance would be very preferred on this gun. If you can get counterbalance, it's definitely solid. As far as PvP goes, very good gun. Put it on max stability. Go for those range kills and just keep firing. Just keep firing, man. A full auto version of this with perfect balance and counterbalance would be really cool. I would really like that. I would waste a lot of shots and miss a lot of bullets, but I would love to be able to yank the trigger and rock and roll on this gun. It's really quick firing like the grasp, so it's a lot of fun in PvP. I kind of struggled a little bit getting my feet rolling on this with the engagements. I was playing a lot of 6v6 type situations where I'd find a target. And I just couldn't quite get the first burst on target because it's so quick. I wasn't used to that. I'm used to a slower firing pulse rifle in PvP, or more of a hand cannon right now. So in PvP, for me, it was good once I got used to it. I could get the stability where I wanted it, put it on target, and then you can put it on target and you can pull the trigger real fast and this thing will fire. So Pulse rifles always get me because I have to get really used to a gun before I'm used to its rate of fire. So this pulse rifle, it took me a while to get used to. If you're good with this archetype of pulse rifle, you really like this. Like if you use the Grasp of Malak a lot, you'll be very comfortable with this. It'll feel very similar, and it will do you very well in Crucible and PvP in general. I can see this being used in trials a good bit. It's got the right archetype, and you can get the right talents on it. If you get like I said, if you get counterbalance, perfect balance, counterbalance, brace frame, if you can get that, some other talents like that would be very solid. So for PvE, I'm going to give it a B. For PvP, I'm going to give it a B+. And like I said, those are arbitrary. Those mean nothing, but I like to say them. And is it a fun gun? Yep. I'm going to give this one fun gun status. Stamp it on there. If I had some cool effects, I'd go boom and stamp it right on there, but I don't. And this is just me talking into a microphone. So definitely gets fun gun status. But what do you guys think? Do you like the Waltz? Are you using the Waltz? What other pulse rifles are you using? What other guns do you want me to take a look at? Leave it in the comments below. It might be the next video that you see. You never know. So until then, guys, I really appreciate you watching. Leave a like if you did enjoy this. Subscribe if you want to see more, and share the video if you want to help the channel grow and help the video grow. It really does help, and I really do appreciate it. But until then, I'm Death from Above, and I will see you later. See you, bye.